I totally love teaching these workshops. And today we're talking about better ways to manage social media content. If you're like me and you do a whole bunch of things, being able to have a system in place that allows you to continue to have a presence on social media as well as run your businesses and do all the things that we have to do in life. Because what can happen oftentimes is social media can take over all of our activities. I work with a lot of people I say a lot, and it's been like 10 people in the last couple of months that say, I can either do social media or I can make product and sell things for my business. And what we're trying to do is merge the two activities in a way that's seamless and allows for more productivity in your life, as well as your ability to effectively run your businesses, whether you're a creator and you're making art, or you're making products that you're mass producing and selling, or you're providing services and education, or you're doing all of the above, and which is my story. I do just about everything. And so just going to share with you today some of the things that I've tried, some of the things that I'm doing, and also I'm going to share some things that I'm not doing, but I'm going to share them because other people have said how amazing it is to use this program. So let me see here. I am stepping into the double screen world. And so things function a little bit differently. So today we cry, but we do the thing anyway. Whenever we're in business or we're managing social media in any way, it can sometimes be really overwhelming. Can't remember where I got the sticker, but I can't find it now. But I was like, this is perfect for what we're talking about today. And so why use apps to help manage your social media content? And I'm going to talk about one that I use every single day of my business, which is Canva. And I'm going to show you one of their cool new features. It's not super new. It's pretty new, though. When you have a paid account, how you can schedule out your social media posts. And I'm also going to show you another app that I use called Planoly. And then I'm going to show you a couple of editing apps that I use that really streamline the process of creating content. Canva really is the one that I use probably 80% of the time. And there's one other photo editing app and another video editing app that I use quite often. I'm experimenting with the new one, but I haven't used it enough to be able to show you any good stuff about it. So why use apps to help manage social media? The number one reason is it can save you so much time. If you are not really fast at creating content, you're not really fast at coming up with ideas, if it takes you a minute to get into like that creative zone where you can create your social media content, then by sitting down and doing bulk content creation, you'll be able to like get in the zone, stay in the zone, create your content for the week, for 2 weeks, or even just for the next couple of days, so that you're spending, maybe 1 or 2 hours once a week to create content for that week, or for that, even the whole month. Once you get really good at creating your content and you have that strategy in place, and all you're doing is creating content that falls in line with your strategy, it just becomes so seamless, and so much time is going to be gifted back to you by utilizing these ways. Now, if you're someone who can just all of a sudden in 30 seconds have a social media post that's in line with brand and in line with your message, and you can just create it, that I'm jealous. I wish I were you. I have those moments, but they're fleeting. And our objective here is to become consistent, so that we're not like I am currently, where I'm doing a whole bunch of transitioning, and I'm like, I'll post a whole bunch of stories, or I'll post a whole bunch of reels, or I'll post some what's coming up in my business. And I'm a big Instagram user. So, or, TikTok videos, whatever it is. and it's like sporadic right now. There's no consistency. And so I'm like redoing my theme, my strategy. I'm redoing a whole bunch of stuff. And so everything, but I'm still getting content out there. But the idea is we don't want to rely on inspiration to help us get our content created. When we make it, it's sort of like being an artist. We have, sometimes, that inspiration comes and we can just create. But there's also something to be said about having that routine and that structure where we show up, we create, we set aside creativity time. Otherwise, life starts to pull us in a lot of different directions. And oftentimes, especially if our art isn't bringing us in all of our income yet, and we have other things that are doing that, we tend to let that creativity time sort of go on the back burner. So the whole point of that little soapbox is saving time, creating routines, and getting structured so that you can create that bulk content for your social media. And also, using apps helps you execute your social media plan more effectively. The two apps that I'm going to show you are scheduling apps, and one is a creation and scheduling app. The other one is kind of a combo, but not quite as creative focused. And when you can just set it and forget it for the most part, there's still some things to do in order to ensure that your post is getting engagement and people are seeing what you're doing. But at least you can create some sort of consistency, because we all run into moments in our lives where things happen unexpectedly, and then we're like, oh, I forgot to post that on social media, because our businesses and our presence still has to be there whether we are or not. So it helps you execute your social media plan. And one of the things that's really powerful about this effective execution is, if you have an event coming up, if you have an art show coming up, if you have a new release coming out, you're going to want to have consistent content coming out that's talking about this event. And let's say that you have this plan, you've got an event coming up in a month, whatever that might be. And so you're really, pushing that event because you want attendance to be high and you want people to know about it. Well, let's say you don't schedule out the content, or you don't create anything, and you're like, I'll just create it every day. And something happens where you're not able to create that content, or something happens where the internet doesn't work, or the apps crash, which that, either way, your content's not going to get out there. But, so things happen, things come up, emergencies happen. So by having an app that you can schedule things out with, it takes that out of the equation, and things can just continue on just like normal. So you can also, by using apps to help manage your social media, you can create a lot more stunning content. Oftentimes, photos that we take with our phone, they're okay, or they're actually pretty good. But with just a little bit of tweaking, we can get those scrollers on social media to stop scrolling and be like, wow, look at that image, or wow, look at this video, this really caught my attention. So by using these social media apps, or these apps that I'm going to share with you, you can help to improve the look of your content as well. And like I said earlier, I'm going to go a little bit beyond scheduling apps and talk about photo and video editing apps, two of them that I use, and just do a quick demo of each of those as well. We are really fortunate to get to live in a time that we get to live in a time that we get house social media. We get to have social media as a tool. I totally messed up that quote. Anyway, it's exciting because it would 15 years ago, there wasn't this opportunity for just anyone to become a hit like they are today with social media. And we live in a time where we get to live in a world where social media can be a tool. I have a couple of friends who are social media haters. They're brand new to being in business. They're pretty new to social media. And instead of using it as a tool, they are getting sucked down the rabbit hole of the drama that can come up on social media, the emotional triggers that we can engage in on social media. And so there's a time and a place for that. But when you're trying to manage a business, to do promotion and create, a legacy for yourself and your family and your communities with your art and with your business, getting pulled into that negative world that exists on social media isn't healthy. So make sure that when you're creating the space for your business, that you're looking at it as a tool and not a place to, because we want to socialize, but it isn't a place to air our dirty laundry. It isn't a place to, get really involved with a lot of political things. Unless that's part of your brand, then that's a whole other conversation. But if it isn't, get on, do your posts, do what you need to do in order to increase the engagement on your posts and get them seen by more people, and then get off the apps. And that's the advice I gave to my friend. She kept using her personal profile for business. And finally I said, I don't even post on my personal Facebook page. If you look on my personal Facebook page, it's all stuff that people have tagged me in or things that I've shared from my business page, because I want to train people to know if they want to know what's going on with me, they need to go check out my business page, because that's what I'm about. I'm about that's not all I'm about, but my personal life is I like face-to-face stuff with actual three-dimensional human type people, and dogs as well, and cats. But for the most part, my socialization happens off of social media. I am a business person and networking and creating connections on social media. It looks like socializing, but it's strategic. So Canva, Planoly, and then Facebook and Instagram, they just came out with Meta. And we'll see if we have time to get into that, but I want to show you these first two apps first. And I'm going to go ahead and just pull up my other screen so you can see the Canva app. I just want to make sure it's pulled up and you're not saying anything crazy. So I have a paid version of Canva. So what you're going to see is the paid version, but there's a lot of great options with the free version of Canva as well. And I do so much creation in Canva that it's like so many different things. I use it to create flyers. I use it to create buttons on my website. I use it to create presentations. I use it to create content for other organizations. Mostly I use it for myself, but so this is Canva. This is what the homepage looks like when you're logged into the account. They have a for you, which is just stuff that they suggest for me based on the type of creating that I do. Or you can go into these categories. I can click on presentation, and then it will pull up different formats for a presentation. And you could do a mobile first presentation. You could do the 4x3 format. So you can pick these different. I'm just going to select this one here. Are you seeing a blank? Oh, I'm sorry. So anyway, so then I can just select a style of presentation that I want to create, and then just edit it to fit my program. I use Keynote to do most of my presentations, but you can see I just clicked on the text, and I'm just retyping how to manage it. And then you can change the images. You can change colors on certain things, and it's just super, super functional. So if I want to add a second slide, I can go here and pick from these already formatted templates that, you know, I can add my own images. So I have the other cool thing is you can upload your images. So any images that I have from previous classes or that I've taken from my phone, or I've loaded these from my, what is it called? My DSLR camera. So I'm just gonna pop this one in. So I just drug it over that because this is a picture frame. And so it changed that image. And if I want to reframe it, I could make me bigger or my reflection bigger. And then anyway, so you can do a lot of different things. I'm going to close this down because I'm going to go down a rabbit hole. You can also create social media posts. That wasn't too long ago that creating social Keynote is a Apple product. It comes with your, if you buy a Mac, it comes with the computer. So social media, back in the day, we used to have to know the dimensions to create a Facebook cover, to create a Facebook post, to create an Instagram post. And now you can just come into Canva and it pre-formats an Instagram story, an Instagram post, a reel. And now Canva has added animation as well. You can create video. So this is a new feature. The video is getting longer. They also have print options, which when you create something, you could print through Canva. You can create marketing materials, business cards, flyers, posters. In any of these that you select, it will create, you can have some templates to pick from. You can, on the Office tab, you can create a letter, reports, a resume, proposals. I mean, it's just insane. Like you can create your own calendar. Let's look at this. This is one I haven't seen yet. It keeps popping up. So we're going to check it out. So let's say we're going to use this cool black and white looking thing, and we're going to just add that in there. We're going to add a page. I just want to see what they did it. We're going to add another page. Let's see what the dates look like. Oh, right on. That's kind of cool. So you could do this. And then if I decided, like I got my whole calendar ready to go, I could hit share. And then there is an option to, where is it? I must not have done it right. Print your design. So we could have my design printed on as a wall calendar, on a t-shirt. And I've ordered a few things from them, and that's a decent quality. The print stuff is pretty decent. The clothing quality isn't exactly what I would want to sell to customers, but I mean, it was okay for the purposes that I needed it for, which was just me. Or you can download as a PNG, as a JPEG, as PDF, SVG. So you have all those different download options, and then you just click download and it'll download it to your computer or to wherever your downloads go. And so close that. I'm going to close that. I wanted to show you what this, so this is an Instagram post. And I typed in the search Instagram carousel posts. And a carousel is one on Instagram where you can swipe multiples. And I'm just going to do healthy lifestyle tips. And I'm just going to do a quick edit on this. I'm going to take this picture out and I'm going to update this to Roxanne Best, because that's my business name. And that's how you find me on Instagram. And then I'm going to go to these images and I'm going to grab, because I want to show you another cool thing about, we want it to be leading that way. Another cool thing is I'm going to edit image. you can do background remover. So for those of you that create products and you want to cut out the background and maybe make different colors for the background, and it does a pretty decent job with the background cutout. And I'm just going to crop down so I can make it bigger. And then I can grow myself here. And then there's the first, and I can even make myself even bigger. These are not edited images, by the way. So let's say I want to do something like this. There we go. And I'm going to do Command copy, Command V, and I'm going to add a page. And then I'm going to take this down here. I'm not following my rules. Okay, maybe we aren't going to do that. We're just going to keep this right here. And then you can just continue adding or deleting pages. So I'm going to add another page. I'm going to go back to templates. I'm going to try to go faster because I'm going slow. So then you can just add. I mean, that one's okay. So then I can just go here and stay active. I can get in touch with others. Wait, we want to do active. And then we're going to add another page. And then we're going to say do yoga or make art creative. And then we can adjust the wording down here to fit whatever message we want. We could also change the colors, the background colors to something. We can also create our own custom colors. If you know the code to a color for your brand, you can just type that in here. Or you can use the slider. Oh, that's a beautiful color. And just find the colors that, you know, fall into your brand. The other cool thing that I really like about this is it pulls the colors from the image that I put into the template. So I could use some of those colors that are in my image that I used to create those background colors. And let's see, if I wanted to do that up here, I could go, I think this is the one I used. So you could change all of these to meet that, which it's not nearly as attractive as that nice neutral color. So then you just, so let's say, okay, I'm done. Now I want to share it. So I could schedule it to social media. And so I've linked this to my social media accounts. I could share it to my personal Instagram or to my Instagram business page. And I'm just going to go Instagram business because it's going to take us to the same place. So I'm going to, you can, when you're doing this from your, I haven't figured out how to post a carousel yet using the app. But anyway, so then you write your message. This is what, wait, we'll do 3 healthy lifestyle tips. 3 tips. And if I could spell, it would be amazing today. So then I could either hit publish now and it's going to go right to my Instagram account, or I can hit schedule, which all I did was hit the little scheduler thing in the corner. And let's say I want it to publish on the 18th, which is a Monday, and I want it to go out at 6:57 a.m. because everyone wants to know what to do with the healthy life at 6:57 a.m. And then I can either save it as a draft or I can hit schedule. So now it's just preparing my design. And what I really want to show you is this content planner. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the content planner and it pulls up, okay, here's my post. That's great. And it shows that it's scheduled. So you can see I've got another post here that I already scheduled. I've got a post here, and it also pulls up the different holidays. So you can see what holidays, there's 2 events, there's Good Friday and World Art Day. So you can say, you know what, I really need to create something on World Art Day. So you can hit that plus sign and either pull something from what you've already created. Like, here we go. And we're going to post that to Instagram. And then I'm just going to schedule that. That's not what I would post, but you know, that's what we're going to do just for this example. And so you can see on this calendar every single day that you don't have a post. So you could just hit that plus sign and then create content to go to your Instagram page. And it just really, really makes it easier to have that visual. And like, you can get everything scheduled out for the rest of the month, and you're just creating it right here in the app. Hopefully you'd have your strategy somewhere. But oh God, I just had a panic attack. I was thinking we were almost done. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm keeping you guys over, but we got 30 more minutes. So anyway, that's Canva. I really, really enjoy using this app. I use it a ton. And you can create a brand kit. So then all your brand fonts and your brand colors and your logos will all be in that brand kit. So that's Canva. There's so much more to it, but I could do a whole week of training on just this Canva aspect. So the other app that I want to show you is on my phone, and I'm going to go ahead and open that up. The other app, it's called Planoly. The rest of what I want to show you is on my phone. So I'm going to get, and I always have a tripod. Like a tripod is one of your best friends when you're doing content creation, because then your hands are free and you can do other things. All right, so I'm going to pull up my phone screen so you can see. Sure. All right, so here's my screen, and I'm just going to click on social media, and then, oh, darn it. So Planoly is the app. This one right here is the one that I use, but for some reason, my phone did an update. So we'll go to InShot. This is a new, oh no. This is might have to show you the desktop version of Planoly, but this is what people recommend that you use to create content for Instagram. And you can pick different layouts, you can pick different borders. So this is just adding different images. So we can decide like, no, I want them like that or like that. So you can decide what format you want them to be in. There we go. And then hit check. And then you can publish this to your social media account. So I really like this app for that reason. I mean, you saw how easy it was for me to create this post with all these different things in it. You can add effects, you can add text here as well. So for the moms, check, and then you can move it around. You can edit the text as well, so it fits your theme. You can add stickers. You can add effects. So maybe you want it to be glitchy, or you want it to have noise, or look like it's an old TV. I don't know any TVs that look like this anymore. But anyway, so you can, there's a ton of different effects that you can use. and then you can publish it to social media. I'm going to discard that. Yes. But you can also make videos. So you can create a new, I have a draft, I don't, because I was experimenting. I'm always experimenting. So I can take videos that I've already filmed. I've got a lot of workout videos lately. So let's use, I hope this is appropriate. Let's use these guys, these two iPad videos. And then it's just loading them here. And so now you can edit. So this is just showing me opening and closing my iPad. So you can shorten it, you can lengthen it. So you can trim it by just dragging over. And then you can do filters, you can do, anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick view of what this app can do. And you can just edit, you can just put photos in as well. The other is, and since Planoly is not going to download on my phone right now, we're going to go to my photo video section. So the photo app that I love to use that helps edit videos is called Snapseed. And this is free, and it's one of the easiest ways to make some adjustments from your, just right from your phone on images that you have in your, let's see, what do we got? What do we want to do? We'll do this guy. There's my workout weirdo. And so let's say you can use already pre-made filters. You can see how that just changed that image. Just make it bright. You could do pop of color. So you can see like what it looks like before and after. Or you can go in and go to tools and you can tune the image. Oh, silly lady, tricks are for kids. So we can go here to tune image, and we can adjust the brightness, the contrast, the saturation, the ambiance, the warmth. And let's say we're going to fix the ambiance. So we're going to, all I'm doing is sliding my finger side to side. You can see that blue slider up top, and it's just adjusting. Then I can maybe do highlights. I want more highlights or less highlights. And you can play around, maybe saturation. I want to be really orange. And then you can increase the contrast or decrease the contrast. So, or you can hit the magic wand and it'll automatically do some adjustments for you. The other thing that you can do that I use a lot is the healing brush. So let's say I wanted to take out this reflection up here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. This reflection. So I just zoomed in, and I'm just running my finger over us reflected in the mirror. This is not Photoshop. It's not going to be perfect like Photoshop, and you have to do a little bit of like finagling, little negotiating. But now I mean, it isn't perfect. You would only see that we're not there if you were to zoom in on that image and see how not perfect it is, but you can undo it, and then there we are back again. So it's just that simple. And then you can also add text here, and there's different text styles that you can add. But anyway, this is just one of the cool, fast ways to edit your images. There's so many different functions. We could do HDR. Did I say that right? Change the filters, make it super grainy, not so grainy. keep that. You can also use a brush. So let's say I want to increase the exposure on the floor. So I could use the brush, and you can see I'm just rubbing my finger on the floor, and you can see the floor starting to lighten. The other option is to go darker. So again, I'm not doing it right. But anyway, so there's some really cool options that you can do in this app. So that's app number 3 that I really like. The other one that I use a lot is Splice. This one is a paid app. There is a free one that I just downloaded. I'll see if I can find it. And it's really similar to this app. And so I'm going to start a new project. And I'm going to import. So I'm just going to randomly select some of our workout videos. Oh my Lord. Here, we'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go next. And then I'm just going to keep this as an Instagram post, and I'm going to go create. So now it's going to take all those images that I imported, and then it's just going to turn it into a video. And it'll just play through. So what I can do is I can add text if I wanted to. Sound bath. Check. And then you can move it around. Again, this is not a great editing option, but it does in a pinch. You can change the color of the font. You can change the background color. So now it really stands out, but I'd probably not use that. So I'm just going to delete that. But you can add music. Oops. We can add music. So there's a ton of different free music that you can use. Like you can pick some trending music, and then you can just like decide which. If I'm using this for an Instagram reel or a TikTok, I'll usually add the sound after. I won't add it right away. So I'm just going to drag this over so it starts at the beginning. And then you can edit the music as well. There's so many different options. So then if we were to play the video, I use like 4 different things and they're not in the right order. So quickly creating a video just from images. So if you already had some video, you could do so many things. You can do closed captioning. You can do voiceover. Dang it, I keep my... So if I wanted to add my voice to this, just gonna do, hey, this is Roxanne, and I started my voice at the very end of the video, and I meant to do it at the beginning, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of editing. So that started at the end, but I actually want it to be over here. So then I can do, hey, this is Roxanne, and I started my voice at the very end of the... So the other thing, like that music is really loud. So I just tapped on a little music note in the lower left-hand corner. You can see where it turns into a mic or the music note. And I'm just gonna tap on that, and then you can see this volume comes up. So I can turn the volume down on the music. And then we're gonna go there, and let's see. Hey, this is Roxanne, and I started my voice at the very end of the video. And that volume is too low, so I can go back and adjust it. Oops, wrong button. That one. Anyway, so I'm trying not to be a perfectionist. And I meant to do it at the beginning. So you can see a little bit of editing. That way you can hear. I started my voice at the very end of the video, and I meant to do it at the beginning, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of editing. But anyway, so love this app. You can export it in a lot of different formats. I use this a lot. So those are my two favorite editing apps, as well as like sharing apps. I'm going to show you Planoly on the desktop. But there's others like, there's Hootsuite, there's Meta now, can integrate from Facebook. Why are you being weird? Okay, well, I have a Planoly account and I just don't feel like messing with it. So let's just do this. So I'm showing you another one. And then we're going to have some questions. If you have any questions. So Hootsuite's another all-purpose scheduler. You can, if you're one who gets like sucked into the vortex of social media, using an app like Hootsuite is great because you can go in and you can schedule posts. You can, oh, I disconnected because I don't really use it. So let's see, I'm just gonna, oh, bugger, PDFs aren't allowed. Fine. I can browse media and add whatever I want to. I can promote the post, and then I can say schedule for later, and then schedule it for later, or I can just schedule it right now. And I used to do like a month's worth of scheduling, and it was so nice to be able to do that. And then if you go to your streams, which I've disconnected almost all of my social media accounts from this, so there's no data coming up. But usually you would see, oh, it says my image from How Arts. Huh, what is this? Oh, this is my Roxtography account. And which I don't ever use, so it's weird that that's there. And so you can see just here, I could make comments. I can see what people commented. I could see who's liked my posts. I can, you know, look and manage just about everything from right here on this platform. And then I don't ever have to go on the apps of Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, which can be quite exciting and time consuming. So let's see if I can get in some Instagram stuff to come up. No, still the same. So, and you can add different social media accounts. You can add, so if you wanted to add Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and LinkedIn, those are all accounts that you can manage using Hootsuite. So if you were to have all of these accounts, you could create content and schedule something to go out on all of these every single day. Anyway, that's where you add different social media streams so that those would just come up here in this panel. But then if I go to, you can go to publisher, and again, you can add content from here, but you've got to pick your account that you're going to address. And then there's nothing on, I feel bad that I can't show you Planoly. There isn't anything on here to look at because I don't have anything scheduled. But you would be able to see, like right here, we're at this time right now. If there was a post here, like maybe I'd want a post to go out at that exact time. But this is I like Hootsuite. They've done a lot of stuff that has really improved the app a lot. I might actually go back to it now that I'm looking at it again. And I'm not screen sharing, so you guys didn't even see anything I just did. I'm so sorry. Was that Lynn? We're not seeing anything. Oh, it was Claudia. Thank you, Claudia. So Hootsuite, I'm gonna go
Sorry
ahead and
about that.
so you can see. No, I'm sorry. I feel like I just totally So here's Hootsuite. I'm going to close this. So we're going to go back to the feed, to the streams, which is where I was at before. And so, like I was saying, if you don't want to go into the actual apps on your phone or on your computer, this is where you can go to see different things where people are interacting with your post. You can see comments, you can see likes, you can see posts where you've been mentioned. And for some reason, oh, that's why, because that's Instagram. So this is someone that I follow from my Roxtography page. So I could read all the comments here. I could make my own comments. You can see who has liked your post. So I can click on that and it shows me who's liked them. And you can also like see, here's a comment, can't wait. I could reply to that comment. I could, if I had team members, I could assign it to a team member and say, that person, please respond. I could like the comment from here. I could send an email, or I could send to a subscriber search, so that this is how a lot of accounts are able to like, wait, I just like that post and all of a sudden I'm getting like junk mail from them, or I'm getting an email. So you can integrate, if you use MailChimp, you can integrate that here as well. And you can look at what's coming up in your feed and know what people are engaging. Comments. Anyway, so here's a video that I created using Splice, that app that I just showed you. The app and my phone. But I digress. So you can do some cool stuff with that app, is really why I wanted to show you that video, because I cut that video up a ton to get all those transitions, and it worked out and it was fun. And I added music from the Splice app. Claudia, which one were you asking about for the last app? Because I've shown Canva. I tried to show Planoly. I feel like I might have been entering it in wrong. I was, because here it is. So before we have just a couple of minutes, and I want to show you this so that you can actually see what the app looks like. So this is the Planoly app, and it shows you like the best times to post on your, based on your when your followers are most engaged, which is really cool. And also you can plan your feed. Like if you want a really aesthetic looking feed, you can add images that will like flow well with your Instagram feed. You can also create a new post, and you can, and I think this is so cool. You can use Canva. So I could connect to Canva, and then it's going to open up Canva and anything that maybe I've created in there, or I could create something new. it's going to pull that up. And so I could do a quick, think of questions, because I'm going to leave time for questions. Let's do more yoga. And then I could save to Planoly. And upload as one post. Then I can add, then I can schedule it if I want to schedule it. But you can see it has a U by it. All of these that have a U, these are just images that I've uploaded and haven't published yet. And then all of these that don't have the U and they have like hearts and comments, these are all posts that have been posted. And I didn't post them through the app. I posted them on my phone and they still show up in this, which is cool, because then you can see some statistics. So I just want to also say something to let go of with social media, which has been really hard for me, is like the number of likes. So this chair-based yoga class, I was really sad. I was thinking no one's going to show up. I only got 16 hearts on it. Nobody was commenting, but I had a full class. I ran out of chairs in that class, and everyone said, oh, we saw your post on social media, so we decided we wanted to come to your class. So don't let those number of likes and comments get too distracting or too discouraging, because it's really about what business are you getting from those posts. All right. So questions, the free app, not great for editing, but has music. Oh, that was, oh yes, that is InShot. It's an Instagram, it's for Instagram specifically. The other app that I forgot to share with you, hold on. And I don't normally look like this. My neck is out. It's called CapCut. And here, I'll show you. Phone. Sometimes it helps to see what the logo is. See, it's this one on the right over the text app, CapCut, CapCut. And so I was experimenting with some stuff, but you can create like a new project. Again, you can put add videos. And please remember, I have not played with this very much, but this one, again, like I said, this is a free one, but it has almost the same exact toolbar down here at the bottom as Splice, the one that I paid for. I don't know what the selection for music is, but if you're doing, but you can do voiceover, you can do effects. Ooh, they have, and see, this is what I think is cool, because this adds a whole other level of awesome to your videos. So, and you can add them at different places. You can, because I'm new to the app, it's like, here, let me show you how. So if I wanted to move this over here, and this is where I got really like kind of hung up, because it also is going to put in their logo, their branding stuff. So you can see at the end, it has their stuff in there. So if I were to play this. So I like I said, I haven't been able to play with this one too much, but you know, you can trim sounds, you can trim the video, you can increase the speed, which this is really fun to do too. On you can make it go really fast or really slow. You can add stickers, which there's some stuff on here that you can do that I can't do in Splice. So that's CapCut. You guys got to see my cute little niece. So there's InShot, and the CapCut is the free editing video, or video editing, and InShot, INSHOT, is that the one that I showed you. That isn't the best, but it'll work. That one's also free. Any other questions? And here I was worried I wasn't going to have enough to talk about, and I get excited, and then I don't I talk more than I mean to. Thank you, Claudia. It's great to see you, hear you and your questions. They already left. But that is all I have. If there's no questions, I appreciate you guys sticking to the end.